Uh, Let me ask one question to the three union representatives here, and that it's a two-part question. The first part is, in your experience, how do workers feel about the reality that their CEOs in America now make 350 times more than the average worker? That's question number one. Question number two, what plans do you have to organize the unorganized in your areas of influence? Mr. Fain?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess in both those questions, I mean, the CEO pay issue, obviously we highlighted that a lot throughout the process, and it's despicable that that someone, it would take one of our workers 350 years to make what a CEO makes in a year.
The head of GM made how much? Makes
29 million.
Okay. And starting wages at one of the automobile plants was what?
Prior to this contract, 16 something an hour. But the sad irony in this is just the fact that workers in this country are fed up, and that's what this is all about. And it doesn't just matter for UAW members, it's just working class people in general. We have to ask ourselves what kind of society we want to live in. And CEO pays run rampant. We hear the talk about competition all the time, of being competitive, and us being competitive with the transplants. But it's funny, I don't hear that talk when it comes to CEO pay. The average big three CEOs make almost 25 million, 30 million a year. The average CEOs of the transplants make around anywhere from 3 to 5 million. But we never hear that argument.
All right, let me ask you the second part of the question, organizing efforts. What plans do you have to organize unorganized workers?
We're going to organize like hell. I've said this throughout the last year, that when you bargain good agreements, when you set a standard, people want to be a part of that success. And it's what changed my grandparents' life. It's what changed millions of workers' lives in this country back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s. And so, we've had thousands of workers from non-union plants reach out throughout this process, want to be a part of this, and we're going to go to work.
Mr. Bryan, same question. How do workers in general, in your experience, feel about huge income and wealth inequality we're seeing? What kind of organizing efforts are you planning?
Well, I think first and foremost...
Microphone, please.
Sorry. I think first and foremost, Chairman Sanders, our members obviously want to be rewarded for the work that they do. And, I know there was, prior to us coming to the record settlement with UPS and many other agreements that we've negotiated in the last 20 months, is that people that have never performed the job, people that have never touched a package, people that have never went out and delivered through the toughest times, the pandemic, putting themselves and their family at risk, rewarding themselves with record bonuses and pay, and obviously record profits, all the while our members were status quo. There's no doubt that CEO pay has increased, I think, since 1979 on the average of 1,400%. And I think the average U.S. worker, both non-union and union combined, has only increased by about 17%. So there is a huge disparity there, and our members don't like it. But the reality is that's why we have the ability to collectively bargain and hold these employers accountable and actually state facts for the record on what our members do. As far as organizing goes, we are utilizing any and all collective bargaining agreements, especially now, as a template to show the non-union workers the benefits and protections that they will receive when they join a union. And there's no better testimonial than actually holding a contract that's been signed by an employer that guarantees the terms and conditions. Now, if you would ask a non-union employer or if you ask someone that's non-union to go to their employer and say, could you guarantee me these, would that non-union employer sign that?
Okay, Ms. Nelson?
Flight attendants and other workers are enraged that when they can't make ends meet, that they've got every person in the house working 2 and 3 jobs or overtime just to try to get by and still scraping from paycheck to paycheck, that other people are living in lavish conditions, that airline executives are hiring private jets to fly them out of a city that no one else who has to buy a consumer seat can get anywhere from. They're absolutely outraged by it, and that's why they're organizing. Delta Airlines has made twice in billions what the other airlines have made. They have ridden off of the backs of the employees who have made that airline successful, and they have not paid the same in pay and benefits. And that's why Delta flight attendants, Delta mechanics with the Teamsters, and Delta ramp agents with the International Association of Machinists are organizing right now to try to take back what's theirs. As I said before, the SkyWest flight attendants have woken up to what their airlines have tried to do to pull the wool over their eyes, and they contacted us and were eager to organize. So we're supporting organizing for over 40,000 workers right now with our union of just over 50,000 workers. And these airlines and these other companies are spending billions of dollars on union avoidance rather than investing in the companies to make them better for the consumer and the employees, wasting that money. But there's another way to go. And Microsoft has decided that it is better to sign a union neutrality agreement with the union to give the employees the free right to join the union. And when a worker comes to a manager to ask them what they should know about the union, they are giving the supervisors the instruction to tell them, go to the union website. That's how it should be done. That's what freedom is. And that's what it would look like to have a free society and an equal society, is to give workers the power to actually bargain their fair share.
Thank you.